Well, this is day 2 of fitting up these lower tubes. I got most of them done yesterday. I'm up to station 3. I gave up last night because these two diagonals here were not the funnest to fit up. The way I went about it was a bit stupid, so I'm gonna show you the easier way. So what I done first was I fit this end here, and then I worked on my length with this end, which is, I don't know why I was doing that, because this is 2 different copes here, so you're screwing around with 2 trying to shorten it up, whereas that end is just a 1. And I didn't really keep track of what I did on the first one, so when I made the second one, they're slightly different. Not enough to really make a difference. I have to do it over, but so today I did it the smart way. I fit this end first, and I paid attention to what I did. First, I fit this 3/4 tube. That's the template for it there. So all I done, you can see where on the template, where it's a 1-inch tube going on the 3/4, you're gonna have a flat. When I fit it up, I stopped right where the flats start, and I cut that and left it. Then I flipped it over and coped out the 1-inch to 1-inch, which is to this tube. And I done that and left a flat spot that I liked. And then I worked on fitting it to this end. So that's that fit. And I cut it way too long, so it was like out here somewhere. And then I just kept shortening it. So I got it to where I wanted it, so that there's a good intersection here in this inner crotch, I guess you'd call it, on the 2 tubes. I still got to come in where the center line is and cut out the 2 of them, but the tubes fit equally as good on both sides. So that means your lower section is square and everything is the same, which is what you want. If you put your tube and it intersects here and then you flip it around and it intersects back here on this side, then something ain't right. But as you can see, it fits the same both ways. And then when I worked on the second one, I done the exact same thing. I fit the back half in the same order, and those marks are from the original tube, which is this one here actually, I think. Yeah, it is. Oh no, this is the second one because the 26 was up. But it meets in the exact same places. So these are the same tubes basically now. So now all I got to do is take 2 of them and trim this excess here off so the 2 of them can be in there at the same time. Right now, obviously, if you try it, they want us to be in the same home, which is what you want, so you end up with a weld like that. And because, like I said, these tubes weren't exactly the same, the center on the crotch on this one doesn't line up with the center line of the tubing very well. It's about 1/8 of an inch off. But that really makes no difference. There's nothing that really mounts up to this that would affect, so I'm not worried about it. If I had an abundance of this tubing, I might have took the time to do it over, but I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have either, because it's a long process. Like I said, it doesn't matter. But I don't have any extra this size tubing. This is 1-inch 049 wall, and it's literally only used in those two, and these 2, and that's it. So I have a piece left over about 14 inches long, and that's all I got. You need 26 to make a new diagonal, so that one's a little bit off. This one here, I'll correct it. Well, it is corrected. It's done better. That's part of it. You're gonna if it's your first time building a fuselage, basically you got to learn as you go, unless you want to build a practice one first and then start another one after. If you got that kind of time and money, then all the power to you, but I don't. And as for time, right now, not including making these 2 tubes, in my logbook for building, I'm at, I believe it's 39 hours, somewhere around there. So, it's a lot of work. And that's including building this table and building these wooden jigs. That's all part of it, so I counted for that. But just fitting tubes and welding them, I'm easily over 30 hours, because it took at least 8 hours to build the table and build all these jigs between these ones and the 2 previous ones for the upper half. So it's a lot of time. It's not something that happens overnight. I'm 7 days or 8 days into this now. I think it's day 8. I took 1 day off since I started it. Went out and enjoyed the snow and skidoo, snowmobile, sled, whatever you want to call it. So I got the loader plugged in now. I'm waiting for that to warm up so I can go plow some snow in the driveway. So while I'm waiting for that, me and the old dog are hanging out in the garage doing this. So I'm going to finish cutting these tubes, get them tacked in place, get this cross tube tacked in place, and then I'm probably going to go out and play in the snow and get that done. Then it's to fit these 2 tubes, and they go like that. So that'll be that. And then that's it for this bottom half. Then it's time to build all them jigs to join the 2. So more woodworking, which I don't particularly enjoy. It makes quite a mess in the garage. I don't know why everyone says mechanic work is dirty, because I find woodworking way worse. The sawdust gets everywhere. Every time I comes in the garage, or comes out of the garage into the house, I'm covered. So, I don't know, it's not my favorite thing to do. I'm capable of it, obviously, but I don't come out and build things out of wood just for fun. It's usually out of necessity. But this, I find this fun. Them drawings are frustrating at times, but once I figure them out, this part I don't mind. So I'm gonna get that done, then I'll be back. Well, there you have it. Bottom section is all tacked together. Got them diagonals there in, all tacked up. Finished up the 2 5/8s going to the firewall tubing. Like I said, I didn't tack those tubes to the bottom firewall tube because that got to be cut on a 45, and I want to get that fit to the vertical portion of the firewall, so I know it's all going to be square and correct. And as you can see, there's templates all over the place. I don't know how many sheets of paper I'm after going through printing them off. He wants attention. Yeah, that's it for the bottom section there now. I'm gonna go around and tack a few more things up and look at the drawings. Wherever there's a vertical, I'm gonna final weld it because I don't want to leave unwelded joints under the tubing if I can help it at all. Yeah, that's it for this episode now. I gotta go snow clearing. I got the old truck running. So, if you liked the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment if you got any questions, and have a good one, everybody.